Hello students, I am Fatima Siddiqa, lecturer computer engineering from Government Polytechnic Ghaziabad. Today I am introducing the basic concepts of networking. This topic is related to Unit 3 of Introduction to IT System subjects for all branches of Diploma in Engineering and Unit 4 of Computer Applications in Media for PG Diploma in Journalism and Mass Communication. Here you will learn about the introduction of computer networks, their classification, and various categories of networks. So what do you understand by a computer network? So first of all, let us understand a network in simple terms. When a group of people are connected together, either physically or virtually, for sharing some information, to discuss new ideas and collaborate with each other, it forms a network. For example, you all knows about WhatsApp groups, social media networks, cultural societies of colleges, and an alumni network of pass out students. These all are the examples of a network. Similarly, when two or more devices or computers are connected together, either using wired or wireless communication medium for sharing data and resources, it becomes a computer network. You may see in this figure, computers, laptops, tablets, printers, servers are connected together with internet, and there are some devices, networking devices like routers, hubs, switches, or Wi-Fi router. So these all are connected together for sharing data or resources. So it forms a computer network. The devices basically includes servers, PCs, laptops, tablets, etc. So moving towards the classification. Let us learn about the classification of computer networks. We may classify a network based on connectivity. First of all, if you see this diagram, there are two types of networks, client-server and peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer network is a type of network where every computer can communicate with all other computers on the network. Each machine is connected to each other machine, and they all are independent in their operations. They store their own files and runs its own applications. This is very similar to a classroom situation where, for example, all the students are peers and all the students are connected to their peer students, their fellow students. While in case of client-server network, one or more server performs critical functions on behalf of other machines. Server has all the controls. Like in a classroom situation, a teacher has control. Teacher passes instructions to students. Students learn, listen, and follow the instructions. Similarly, a server gives instructions to its clients, and client PCs listen the instructions and follow the instructions given by server. Client PCs are totally dependent upon the server. Server has all the control, and they all are connected by either wired or wireless medium. So this is the difference between client server and peer-to-peer network. Some other differences are given here in this table. A peer-to-peer network is easy to set up, while a client server network is difficult comparatively. In a peer-to-peer network is less expensive to install, while a client server network is more expensive to install because a server is needed. In terms of security, low levels of security are there in the peer-to-peer network, and in case of client-server network, very high levels of security. We can implement very high security because we can implement firewalls, and server is also a secure. Due to security setup at server side, entire network is secure. Peer-to-peer networks are ideal for networks with less than 10 computers, while there is no limit to the number of computers supported by a network in client-server network. A peer-to-peer network does not require a server, while a client-server network requires a server running a server operating system. Peer-to-peer network is comparatively hard to manage, while client-server network is easy to manage. If we talk about the backup must be done separately for each computer in peer-to-peer network because each computer is independent to other computers. While in case of client-server network, backup is done centrally on the server, which is an advantage of client-server network. Second, we may classify a network based on transmission technology. Transmission technologies like how data is transmitted from one end to another end. Which technology is being used for transmission? In this case, we may categorize in two types. First one is the broadcast link and second is the point-to-point link. In broadcast link, you may understand calling someone in a corridor. If you call someone in a corridor, then your voice goes to each and every person standing in the corridor. And second, airport railway announcement systems are broadcasting their announcements for everyone. So this is the broadcast type of network. This is useful for smaller geographically localized networks and shares single communication channel. This is the important point. In broadcast networks, there is a single communication channel. Examples include early Ethernet networks using a bus topology and wireless networks as a single radio frequency is shared by multiple devices. Here you can see single radio frequency. In case of point-to-point links, example is the telephone network where sender and receiver connects point to point, and it is useful for larger networks. There is a dedicated link between two devices, and the examples includes dedicated leased lines or direct connections between two computers using a cable. Next, we may classify a network based on scale, like the area and the distance between the sender and receiver, or two processes, like inter-process distance it is called. So if there is a distance of 1 meter, or we can say 1 square meter only, then it becomes a personal area network in a very limited space, in a 1 square meter area. If the area goes from 10 meter to 1 kilometer range, for example in a room, building, or in a campus, it becomes a local area network or LAN. For a range of 10 kilometer area within a city, it becomes a metropolitan area network. For more than 100 kilometer up to 1000 kilometer, that is connection between different countries or continent, it becomes a wide area network. And if we go beyond 10,000 kilometer range across the planet, if we connect a continent with another continent, then it becomes a geographical area network. So moving towards the categories of networks in detail now. I already explained you in my previous slide. Based on scale, we can categorize network in PAN, LAN, WAN, MAN, and GAN. So what is basically personal area network? Here you can see in this diagram a personal area network. से आप क्या समझते हैं? If you connect your tablet, your mobile, a smartwatch you are wearing on your wrist, or any other wearable device with your laptop. And there is a communication between the two devices. You may transfer data across the devices, then it becomes a personal area network. So for communicating among computers and computer devices, including telephones, in close proximity of around a few meters only within a room, it is called personal area network. Second is local area network. Connects computers that are physically close together but within a range of less than 1 mile. The advantage is very high speed and multi-access. Technologies used for LAN are Ethernet, gives 10 Mbps and 100 Mbps speed, Token Ring for 16 Mbps, and FDDI for 100 Mbps data transfer. Here are some of the advantages of local area network. First one is the high speed connectivity. LANs typically offer fast data transfer rates, example 1 Gbps or more, and these are ideal for tasks like file sharing, gaming, or streaming within a network. Second is the resource sharing. Devices on a LAN can share resources like printers, scanners, or internet connections. Sharing resources within a LAN reduces the cost and improves the efficiency. Third advantage is the cost effectiveness. As I already told you that sharing reduces the cost and increases the efficiency. So cost is the basically LANs requires relatively low cost hardware. Again, switches, routers and cables जो भी हम use करते हैं LAN की connectivity में, these are very low cost devices. You can simply use any low cost device, networking device, and create a LAN setup. Fourth one is the security measure. Since LANs are confined to a specific location, they can be more secure with easier control over access and data protection compared to wide area networks or internet. Because LAN आपका internal है, for example within a laboratory, lab or college you are using a LAN. You can transfer your data without connecting to internet outside world from one computer to another computer. You can work together, collaborate with your peer students and still ensure the security measures. Next is the centralized management. Simplifies oversight and control of resources. Since LANs allow centralized control of devices, software updates are easy and also backup is easy. Overall it simplifies the task of network administrator. And the next is the reliability. Maintains consistent performance and trust. So LANs are less prone to external disruptions. Example, weather or service provider issues are not there. So since they operate locally. So these are some of the advantages of a local area network. Here are some challenges of LAN networks. These are like internal threats. There may be internal threats. Since LANs, I am talking about a local area network and it's not connected with the outside world. So there is no threat from the outside, but there may be some internal threats. Like viruses may, if a machine is infected by a virus, it may spread to other machines also. Second is the limited range. LANs are restricted to a small geographic area, example a building, making them unsuitable for connecting devices across long distances. Third is the network congestion. Heavy usage by multiple devices can lead to slowdown, right? So if all the systems are working and there is a heavy usage, then there may be a slowdown internally in a local area network. But this is not a major concern. Next is the complex administration for large local area networks. So managing a large LAN with many devices requires skilled IT persons. A small LAN may be easily managed, but for a large local area network, you need a skilled person. Infrastructure dependence. LAN performs basically better due to dependency on hardware. Its reliance on hardware like routers and switches. A failure in these components or devices leads to failure of entire network. Setup and maintenance cost. Initially, there may be some setup cost in malls which may be afforded easily, but if you extend or expand your network in future, then the setup cost increases exponentially and its maintenance cost also is very high. So these are some challenges for local area network. Second, let us discuss about a metropolitan area network. So it is larger than a local area network and smaller than a wide area network. As you can see here in this diagram, a metropolitan area network basically connects together with the various office buildings in a city or residential complexes, government buildings, university campus become, if we talk about a university campus, there may be a south campus and there may be a north campus, and if you are connecting those two campuses together, then it is called a metropolitan area network or a MAN. It typically covers a range of 5 to 50 kilometers within a city. So examples again are campus-wide networks, multi-access networks, and technologies used for MAN are coaxial cable and microwave. These are some advantages and disadvantages of metropolitan area network. So some of the advantages are its wider coverage as compared to a local area network. Its high security compared to WANs. Improved communication. Again, it's cost effective. Centralized management is another feature. And faster data transfer speeds. Scalability is another advantage for a MAN. And some disadvantages are like its management is very complex, higher initial costs, there is always security concerns, again in case of metropolitan area networks, its dependence on infrastructure related issues, its higher maintenance cost in comparison to local area network. Technical expertise is required for managing a metropolitan area network, a city-wide network, and again a limited range in comparison to WAN. So these are some disadvantages. Now moving towards the WAN, wide area network. It connects computers that are physically far apart, or also it is called long haul networks. Typically slower than a LAN, it is typically less reliable than a LAN, and I have already discussed the point-to-point, so we use a point-to-point connection in case of wide area networks. Technologies used are telephone lines, satellite communications, and fiber optics. Here you can see in this image, 2 or more LANs or MANs are connected together and it becomes a wide area network or a WAN. So WANs are developed to communicate over a large geographical area. Example, lab to lab, city to city, east coast to west coast, North America to South America. If you connect, then it becomes a wide area network, because this is spread across a larger geographical area. It relies on the infrastructure established by the telephone companies. Okay. The common carriers are the telephone companies or public switch telephone networks. It consists of a number of interconnected switching nodes, also called computers. Here are some advantages and disadvantages of wide area network. So first of all, let us check the advantages. So number one is the wide geographical coverage. Geographically, wide area is covered, and resource sharing across different locations. You are not bounded to a particular city or location. In different location, you may share the resources. Scalability is another feature. Centralized data management is the advantage, and support for remote work. These days, you all know and must have listened about the remote work. Like in India, we work for the US companies, for German companies by sitting here in India. So this is only supported, it may be possible only by wide area network. And diverse connectivity options are also there. There are also some disadvantages. So the disadvantages includes high setup and maintenance costs, lower speeds compared to local area networks, security risks are increased, and complexity is also increased in case of WAN. Its dependence on service providers is a major issue, and the latency issues affects real-time applications like video conferencing or voice over IP. Basically, data transmission over long distances can introduce latency issues. Finally, what do you understand by GAN, Geographical Area Network? As I already told you, a GAN connects between the continents, which is geographically very far apart, or a complete planet. So geographical area network GAN refers to any network that is composed of different interconnected computer networks, WANs, and also covers an unlimited geographical area. Examples are corporate networks connecting offices in different countries, cellular networks covering large regions via base stations, cloud services like AWS or Google Cloud, and interconnecting IoT devices across the regions. So here is the summary, what you have learned today in this lecture. A computer network is a system of two or more interconnected computing devices that can exchange data and share resources. Devices क्या हो सकती हैं? The devices which can include computers, servers, and peripherals, which are linked together through communication channels. Communication channels wired भी हो सकते हैं and wireless भी हो सकते हैं. Client server network क्या होता है? It is one in a client server network, one or more central servers provide services and resources to multiple client devices. If you talk about peer-to-peer network, it has no central server. Each computer or peer acts as both a client and a server. जो कंप्यूटर होता है वो सेल्फ सफिशिएंट होता है, दोनों तरीके से एक्ट करता है, एज ए सर्वर भी और एज ए क्लाइंट भी, and used for sharing resources directly with other peers or computers. Networks may be classified on the basis of three types of classification is there on the basis of connectivity, transmission technology, and scale. If we talk about the classification based on a scale, so there are common categories includes local area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network, personal area network, and geographical area network. So this is the time to test your knowledge. So here are some questions which I will read and you will think the answer. So which of the following is used to allocate and manage resources for a network? And the options are Bluetooth, server, client, and none of the above. The correct answer is server. Second question is, which of the following is an example of Bluetooth? A local area network, wide area network, personal area network, or a virtual private network? And the correct answer is personal area network, because Bluetooth works in a very small range within a 1 square meter. So it is personal area network. Which type of network shares the communication channel among all the machines? Think about single communication channel I have told you. The answers are Anycast network, multicast network, unicast network, and broadcast network. So the correct answer is broadcast network. Next question is, what is the term for the data communication system within a building or a campus? It's LAN, MAN, WAN, or PAN. It's local area network. Finally, what is an example of wide area network? WAN. A home router, internet, cable TV network, or cellular network? The correct answer is internet. Do you have any questions? You may write your question in the comment section. Thank you so much.